Hey, Sunday night, week 11 recap. It's almost 10 p.m. on November 21st. Heck of a lot to talk about when it comes to the football algorithm today. Really interesting stuff. We're also looking at Thursday's game, which was the Patriots up at the top that had no trouble winning. The 8:20 p.m. game here, the Chargers game, is still going on. It's only 17-10 at half right now. So we don't know exactly what's going to happen there, but we can expect the Steelers, I guess, to make it a tighter game and lose it by less than the 5.5. That's what it thinks. So let's go game by game today and just interesting stuff. So obviously, never listen to me. Always listen to the algorithm. It's just what should always come out of my mouth. I should never speak at all, and you just look because we oversimplify things. It's just read the algorithm, and unless we know there's a data problem with what's going in as an input, like if somebody's injured or not injured, and we have it wrong on this file on the sheet where the players, then we know we got something wrong. But if we don't see that, we should just trust it, and I'll explain why. God. So Minnesota, I guess, wins a high-scoring game, and I really didn't watch any game at all. A couple little highlights. That's it. Good for them. They were an underdog. They were the algorithm's number one pick of the day, and they win. I said don't play them because I have the worst instincts when it comes to gambling known to man. And if you haven't learned that by now you know. Cincinnati and the Raiders. Actually, that's not true. I was right about Detroit, which we'll talk about in a minute. Cincinnati has no trouble and actually hits our points, and their defense plays even better. What was the alternate score in this game? 30-18. Look at that. 32. Oh, God. Wow, is it awesome, huh? It's because Raiders... Oh, man, great stuff, right? At least you hit that. Carolina with Cam can't get it done. Have a Heineken and watch him put up points and screw everything up in the round robin. Because the Buffalo pick was a terrible line, and that's just me being an idiot thinking that they're going to win at home. Excuse me. When they're not playing really well, they're losing to Jacksonville and they're not putting up points, and a team, I think it's been at least 2 or 3 weeks in a row, they just haven't looked right or whatever since the bye. I don't know what's going on. It's Buffalo. It's cloudy. And man, what a terrible thing to put on the round robin. I apologize for that. I actually said something about that at the end of the video. If you really watch, I'm like, if I screwed up with Buffalo, then screw me. And yeah, screw me. Like, don't listen to me. But the algorithm said they were the 4th pick, but the line wasn't good enough. And it said they wouldn't cover. Amazing. Still said they wouldn't cover. So you get a win. Oh, yeah, I want to show something real quick. Well, before we go down the rest of the list, because this is also a relevant way to look at this. If you look at all the games, I just unfiltered, and we have this thing called spread pick right here. This is if the projected score tells you to pick the team on the spread. I don't know how good this is going to look, but I bet it's going to look good. 8-6. Yep. You miss Carolina, but you don't miss Detroit. You don't miss did it say it was going to cover? It did say it was barely going to cover the 2.5. That's right. Wow. Here, I will say this about this game. The Saints, I felt anyway, and this was actually good instincts on my part. I felt that Philadelphia was playing good and that Philly was the team to take, even though they were a favorite. The odds makers essentially beat us on this game. We have an underdog and we lose. And I want to know why the algorithm did that. I think it's just that we have trouble with the Saints because of their weird quarterback situation. But the adjusted score was 19-18. And instead, the Eagles put up a ton of points. The Saints have no D in Philadelphia. The Phillies' defense was in better shape, so that was to be known. And I guess New Orleans, maybe those guys are really hurting. I don't know. I'll have to dig into that because that's a miss. And that's actually, other than Carolina, that's the only misses of the day. And we don't count the Jets because I'm actually going to program something into the algorithm that says if you see the name Jets, just call it a loss. And I guess if we're really talking about never, ever, ever, ever betting on the Jets, then doesn't that mean we always, 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 always bet on the other team? Just think about that going forward. I could highlight the Jets and show you how terrible they are. It's actually a great look to do this. The Jets in every week, we actually picked them 6 times, and they only won once. That's amazing that the algorithm picked them 6 times. I have to change that in the algorithm. Wow, that's funny. If you've seen, maybe I'll go grab that Pete Davidson clip from Saturday Night Live where he talks about betting all his Squid Game money on the Jets. That is what you would happen if you would bet on the Jets. All right, so let's keep going down the list though. In this interesting format where spread pick is checked, and you see that we've gone 8-6, and this game you never would have taken the Saints. The algorithm. I can't speak out of both sides of my mouth. The algorithm said that the Saints would win this game and you got points with them. So it's telling you to bet the Saints plus the points, except for the fact that they're away and except for the fact that the alternate score was even closer and showed some defensive holes. But it's a very... I feel like the algorithm didn't win that pick. I'll stop harping on it. Okay, let's talk about Detroit for a second because I skipped over them. Apparently, by the way, Kansas City playing good again. Lower scoring game than... What was the alternate score in this game? Alternate score in the Kansas City game was 26-22, a little bit lower, and it went way lower in Kansas City. I wonder what the weather was like. All right, so Detroit, I feel so vindicated. It was scary in the first half when Cleveland was up 13-0, but after you saw Detroit get a touchdown, I realized there's no way this game is going to be a 2-touchdown game. No way. Not the troubles Cleveland's having, and the fact that the algorithm had it. And Detroit drove down, got a field goal instead of a touchdown, had a chance to win this game. So I consider that a complete win. And even though it's a no on did the algorithm win? No, the algorithm won. It told you to take them plus 12.5. We did, and it was slim. It was easy sailing in the second half. So that's fantastic. Houston is in this order. All right, we can't look at it this way. I'll show you why for a second. We're going to go label filters, greater than margin, projected margin of victory is greater than 0. This is the look we look at in order, and then the spread pick I'm going to open up again. And we've talked about Minnesota. We talked Buffalo sucks. We talked Niners. Well, I'm going to talk about Houston because I just started to, and I want to talk about Houston for a second. Unbelievable what the algorithm does here with Houston. I know why, and I'm happy. Okay, so I glossed over it because I'm like, you can't bet Houston, and I don't know what I'm talking about once again. And what's the alternate score in this game? Still same freaking thing. So everyone told me Tyrod Taylor is the difference in this game, and I was like, oh my god, did I have Tyrod Taylor? Did he get traded? What happened? I don't even know because I don't know. So I go in, I look at Houston, and what do you see? Freaking 0.4. And notice how his name is the third name on the list. Not all quarterbacks are like that. I mean, a lot of other teams' quarterbacks like Baker Mayfield's way down here, right? Even Burrow, way down here. You see Tyrod Taylor, and then you see somebody like Lamar Jackson, who I believe didn't play today for Baltimore. I guess we'll talk about that too. But point is, I mean, what it's amazing that it did this correctly with Tyrod Taylor's contribution. And it's also amazing that I believe not only me, but every single one of you was like, yeah, this game's way down on the list. There's no freaking way Houston's beating Tennessee. Dude, Ken, you got to stop smoking crack and freaking fix your algorithm, bro. You know, put down the crack pipe, chief. And I'm like, no, I don't smoke crack. The algorithm said this. And wow. I mean, just wow. Wow, right? So I don't know if anybody took it, but I'm also talking out both sides of my mouth because it also took the Jets, but we just know not to take the Jets. Amazing, right? So now we have Baltimore. Now what happened here? I actually didn't look it up. Did Baltimore actually have Lamar Jackson in the lineup? Did I have him hurt? No, he's in. So if he did, I guess he didn't play. Somebody told me he was out. I didn't see the game. If he was out. This is wrong. We got lucky. And the truth is we got lucky because it was a super low-scoring game, which is what happened. So a mess here all around. Terrible that I said I didn't even... Actually, if I had looked it up, it would have said Lamar was playing, and I would have assumed nothing was wrong. So making a bet on a Saturday night before perfect information is in this case, accidental win for us at a bad line. So that should have come off there. All right. Chargers are playing right now. Expected Steelers to close the gap. And then Arizona wins. You're way down here. What was the alternate score on this game? Even better. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a day. What a day. Oh man, it's sad because I think that these ruined your round robins. You couldn't have not taken Carolina, and maybe you got away from Buffalo because of the line, but you got ruined right here, and I don't know how to avoid that because I thought Cam was going to play better, and just oh man, so fascinating day. I mean, the word love comes to mind when I see the order of things, when I see Detroit covering without a problem, when I see Houston winning for the right reasons in the algorithm, when I see Arizona winning for the right reasons, and look at these scores. I mean, we're not saying Arizona puts up 35, but when we say that Minnesota, is at least putting up 26, they're the ones that go over at the top of the list. Just everything went over at the top, right? The Niners. I thought the Niners were like the third originally or something. Maybe it moved around. But they do it, and I say don't take him because I'm silly. Silly. Wow, what a day, right? All right, so tomorrow night, big scoring game. Tampa Bay puts up a lot because of the way that Giants give a lot on the road, and Tampa Bay scores more at home. So the over-under's at, I haven't updated in a while, a tremendous amount. Anyway, no, that's the projected. The over under is 49. Yeah, no, you bet the over. It clears 50 because it's 20 something at least, and probably higher if Brady tries to do something. If he throws picks, maybe he'll go the other way. He'll have to score more points. There's just a whole lot of reasons why they hit the over because the line is obviously unbettable. And if it's some kind of weird defensive game in Tampa Bay, it's not consistent with all the historical stats. So you can have fun betting the over there tomorrow night. And maybe even go alternate over. What does it say? 58? Freaking trust the algorithm, right? Do like over 57 now. Over 50, like 5.5. Try to do the math on that with touchdowns, right? Like equals 7 times 7 is 49, and then 3 field goals. If you had some kind of crazy game like that, or 2-point conversions, that is the 58. So you get 2 field goals, you go over 54.5 or something like that. I bet you that hits. I'm not going to bet, but I might bet. But whatever. All right, good luck, everybody. I'm happy with what the algorithm did this week. I hope you won money, even though you hit some landmines up top, unfortunately. All right, good luck. May I be winning.